What's that? Well, welcome, friends and neighbors, to another edition of Slaps360, the web's #1 paranormal web show. My name is Nate.
And I'm Donnie. And today we have a special guest, Rich Tenace. He is a local psychic, mind reader, magician. I mean, he's a jack of all trades here. So we brought him on tonight. We're really excited about this because it's the first time that we ever had to kind of get our hands on all this. He's going to explain some things for us. But first, I'll let Rich, you go ahead and tell us what it is you do.
Well, I'm a little uncomfortable right now because I feel like I'm really overdressed. That's the first thing, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you.
I didn't know the dress code.
We didn't wear our ties. We go on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I understand.
What's going on? We got Todd on the producer man today. What's the computer issue?
Well, go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, I've been doing this sort of stuff for 20 years, and the sort of stuff I do is I do all sorts of, I started out as a magician. I used to do stage shows. I was back 20 years ago in Chicago. I did a lot of stage magic, close-up magic, that type of thing. And through that, I just started studying and looking into tarot cards and, you know, stuff that many people consider real magic, and decided that there was something to that sort of stuff. And it's been a lifetime interest of mine to understand what people believe, to understand the symbols of the tarot. I love the tarot. Even if you're the world's biggest skeptic, these symbols mean something to, you know, everybody. There's something in there for everybody. I do readings for true believers. I do readings for for atheists and skeptics because different people get different things out of that part of my practice. You know. They see something like, you know, for example, all these cards represent archetypes. They represent different facets of our lives and personalities that we all share. We all go through the same stuff. We like to think that we're all individual and completely different, but these cards represent the same stuff we go through. Heartbreak, love, death, change. We all go through all that stuff, and so it's just fascinating to me. And so I really went down that road, you know, and I love, I do mentalism, my stage show right now. I do a mind reading show, an ESP show.
Explain a little bit what mentalism is.
Mentalism is a branch of magic that delves into subjects of the mind. So like, unlike the regular magic show where a magician makes a woman rise in the air or cuts somebody in half, this is all stuff with very little props. You know, I go out on stage and I have a deck of cards, a couple pieces of paper, and I'm good to go. And so, you know, when I do stuff like that, I'm completely different than like a stage magician. Because with a stage magician, you know that everything's going to work out right. You know, if he cuts a lady in half, you know he's going to put her back together again. Or if he doesn't, he'll have a lawsuit on his hands. You know, and what I do, I can make mistakes or things can go wrong. I might not get a connection with somebody. You know, later on we're going to hypnotise or try to, and that can be a hit or miss thing. You know, you know, when I do my suggestion act, I'll get 9 or 10 people up on stage, and you know, maybe half of those people won't be induced. You know, what we call induced, and under that relaxed state. So it's a hit or miss thing, but I think that's kind of exciting. You know, there's a big difference between some guy who goes on stage and you know it's going to work out, but there's kind of a suspense. You know, is this going to work out? Is this prediction going to be right?
Right.
So
it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward. I'm totally looking forward. I've been psyching myself to do it all week, and I'm really pumped to do it. Actually.
Yeah, and we're also going to do some experiments of the mind too. We're going to do some mind reading stuff where you guys are going to read each other's mind.
Oh boy!
I know.
Should we put a little disclaimer like 418?
Yeah, keep it clean.
Yeah, kids, turn it off.
You've got to be careful with stuff like that. I do a lot of high schools, like after prom parties and those types of things, where I do my mentalism show. And you saw one of my shows.
Yeah, I got to see one of the shows. It was awesome. I mean, I couldn't recommend it more.
Yeah, so I with high school kids, especially, you know, they're the worst. The thing, you know, hormones are raging, the things that are on their mind, and so, you know, those types of shows really keep me on, you know, my toes.
Like that.
Yeah. So you guys are going to be lightweight.
Oh yeah,
those guys.
There's no hormones raging over here.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd, how's everything going right now? Okay, so if you guys want to call, if you have any questions, you can call us at any time. Phone number 600-8077. You can What?
You can call us.
You looked at me like, you're like, don't give out that number.
That's the right number.
You can go to the website, freeghosthub.com, and hit up Todd in the chat room if you have any other questions. You can shout them out to us.
Todd, go ahead and wave. They can't see you, but wave anyways.
Wave.
There you go.
But we're good.
Todd is
The
waving.
connection's good. People in the chat room, just let us know everything is coming through clean and everyone can see us and hear us. Just give Todd the old thumbs up on the chat room and we'll continue the show.
All right.
Nice.
So how long have you been doing this?
Over 20, well, about 25 years. I started right back like when I was 6 years old, actually. I was 6 years old, so I guess it's been more like 40 years, but I don't like to add
I was going to
that
say you're
extra
26
decades.
then.
That's right. But no, I saw this guy on stage, and he was a typical stage magician. You know, he did sleight of hand and stuff like that. His name was Albert Goshman, and my grandma brought me to see him. And I didn't know that was his name at the time. He just happened to be one of the underground greats in magic. And so I went up on. He asked me up on stage. He pulled some coins out of my ears, out of my stomach, out of my pocket. I had a little boy's shirt pocket on. He was pulling coins out of there. So I went home totally. My mind was blown. I said, "This is what I want to do," you know. And it certainly helped that he had pretty assistants on stage. I said, if I could surround myself by a lot of beautiful women, and when I get older, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But then I went to mentalism, so now I don't have any assistants. That's right. I can use you guys now. You guys can be my beautiful assistants.
I can wrap my eyes.
And, see, very lovely. So I just started over the years. I just kept practicing and learning, getting books. I had a couple tutors over the years. I became an apprentice to somebody in Chicago, and just kept learning and growing. And it's a fascinating art form. And even though mostly I'm doing mentalism and mind reading, ESP and tarot and things of the mind today, I still practice my sleight of hand and my card magic.
See, it's funny with some of the things he does. You've got two kinds of people. You've got people that want to know how the trick's done. You've got people that just enjoy the show.
Yeah.
What do you think you are?
I gotta say, I want to see how it's done.
You want to say, I enjoy the show. Believe it or not,
I try to mix the
know.
two, but yeah.
I enjoy the show. I mean, as much as I like to figure things out and do all this stuff, like with what we do with paranormal investigations, we're always trying to dissect everything. But with this portion of it, I enjoy the show.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, I do appreciate a good show. I mean, as long as if you really can't see how they did it, to me that's awesome. Like, awesome show.
Yeah.
Then I started thinking like, I want that to be me. What a good bar trick that is. To be able to do something like that. And,
I know. I'll go on
be that
YouTube and I'll try to figure out how to do it. I'm just gonna watch.
But it's something that's entertained me for a long time, and the thought of it is, I don't know. I think it's awesome. Nothing I'd be able to do, I don't think.
Well, that's why I enjoy being a mentalist and mind reader and doing that type of stuff, because unlike a traditional stage magician, you can figure out sleight of hand. You can figure out there's something with that box on stage.
Right.
When you're dealing with a few pieces of paper and a couple people's minds, there's no other explanation. And that's what I try to go for. So right in the beginning of my mentalism show, I want to knock people on their butt. I want people to, and plus my intuition is really highly developed because of my tarot cards and stuff, so I have kind of an edge too. So when I do that type of stuff on stage, I'm using all my tools at my disposal, and they're tools that are so hidden that no one's going to know how I do it. At least I hope so. If I have my job right, they're going to walk away and say, you were mentioning earlier that you remembered over a year ago the show that I did.
Yeah.
You remember the phone book thing, the
remember,
serial killer thing?
And I remembered you did you drank the Drano.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I mean, it was such. I can't remember.
Well, I didn't drink the Drano.
No. That's right. It was like
that would have been the unsuccessful.
It was like three Drano, one Pepsi or something.
Yeah, I had it set up. I was blindfolded with tape over my eyes.
And then spun him or something, and then it was just like he was just grabbing one. No, you felt the presence, right?
Yeah.
And then you just
drank the bottle of milk. Just drink it.
Yeah, and it was. I was like, oh man, I hope he doesn't die.
And that means a lot to me though when somebody can remember something like that, because it's not a trick then. It's something different. It stays with your psyche. It stays with you a long time. And especially something like that, there's a little bit of a death factor. My wife, if she's watching, she hates that. I actually have taken that out of my show because I do that for years. And I still do a blindfolded thing, but I don't do that anymore because she was like, you're gonna just pick up the wrong energy, pick up the wrong cup, and your insides are going to explode.
Oh man, you didn't change it to the knife trick, did you?
No.
I've seen some bad videos of the knife trick.
That's horrible. Oh my goodness. That's right.
So we're not going to be doing that tonight. Sorry to disappoint everyone.
Yeah.
And so you do the home shows. You do.
Yeah.
You do like parties or.
I am one of those magicians or mentalists that do all sorts of different types of shows. But I love working small groups. I love especially small home parties. I'm doing a retirement party next week. I do fundraisers for schools and for colleges and for community organizations and stuff like that. And those are my favorite. I love doing those shows. You know, you get a large group of people together, and I do a mind reading exercise with the whole audience. So if I have an audience of like 500 people, I have everybody stand up. I have somebody on stage pick a card. They're just thinking of that card, and then I have everybody in the audience try to pick it up. And I pick up the card, tell them what it is. That's pretty impressive. What's even more impressive is that almost all the time, at least 80% of the audience picks up on what they're thinking. And so I tell everyone who didn't think of that card to sit down, but then you see the majority of the people still standing. That's pretty powerful stuff. It's that's what's really cool about what I do. Anybody can really do what I do. We all have this ability of the mind. And you know, it's like later on we do hypnotism. I'm not going to be, I don't consider myself a hypnotist. You know, I consider myself someone who uses the power of suggestion. You know, a hypnotist is somebody who's licensed really to do that sort of thing for therapy and that sort of thing. But what I do, because I understand the mind, is I can create, a situation where people are susceptible to suggestion, to go under and relax to the point that they can do almost anything that I want them to do. But they won't do anything that they don't want to do. That's the other important thing, though, too. You know, a lot of people think, oh, no, he's going to, take advantage of me or make me act funny on stage. I mean, you were part of a stage act, a hypnotist.
Yes, there was.
A long time ago, right?
No, this is about 4 months ago.
Yeah,
it was.
And you lost track of time on stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I thought I closed my eyes, I raised my hand, and I thought I was good. And he said, how long do you think you've been up here? I said 5 minutes. He said 2.5 hours. And I just look at my wife and my kids. I'm like, oh no, because they had their phones out, and I know they were videotaping. And for me, it was unpleasant knowing that that I was manipulating that, because I didn't think I could.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And once it happened to me. Good luck, buddy.
We didn't mention it. You have a website. It's called TarotEnthusiast.com, and he's also on Facebook. Psychic Rich. Just check out our links. I'm pretty sure we have a link in our Facebook account. Did you want to do something?
Let's do a little warm up. Yeah.
Let me just check real quick. See, make sure our feet's going good. Sounds good. Yeah. Someone said that we had a bit of an echo, so I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit, see if that creates a... okay, look, sorry about that.
Right on top of that.
That's very cool. You got it. There you go. What I do, it's not tricks. Trick is something a magician does, but a mentalist, we do experiments. And so this is an experiment of the mind. And so what I'm gonna use you first, okay? What I want you to do is I got something underneath this card. I want you to imagine, though, on top of the card, I have a penny, a dime, and a nickel. And so I want you to actually see those as if they were on top of my business card. And now I want you to reach over and I want you to pick one of those up, and just any one of them, penny, dime, or nickel, and tell everybody what you picked up.
I picked up the penny.
You picked up the penny, okay. And now with the other hand, keep that penny held, don't drop it. And I want you to pick up one of the other coins on top, and tell everybody what you picked up.
The dime.
The dime. Okay, one of those, we'll get rid of this one here. You didn't like that one at all. So you got the penny and the dime, right? So now one of those, I want you to get back to me, the penny or the dime. Is that the penny or the dime?
It's the dime.
It is the dime. Okay, you get to keep that one. Okay.
Why they Swiss hands?
I know.
What? No, it wasn't this one.
So I have the dime. You can. I know that was weird, but I'll take your word for it. This is the dime. You can put the penny away. I don't need that anymore because we got the dime here. Now, for some reason, the dime is what you're really drawn to. You weren't drawn to that other coin. You were drawn to 2 coins, and you put this one back in my hand. So I want you to look at this as if you could see it. Is it heads or tails?
It's heads.
Heads. Okay, watch this. There is a dime underneath my card. There's no other coin, but you said heads.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's tails.
Yeah, but look what it says in the back of the card.
The dime is heads.
Wow.
Oh.
Nice.
There you go. Yes, it's an experiment.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That was so
If we did not see that card.
Yeah, I don't work anything else to everybody beforehand.
When it said, when it was tails, I went, oh.
Yeah, you were kind of bummed out, right?
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know, one time I was doing a full stage show, and I was doing the phone book trick that you saw. So one of the parts of that trick is somebody randomly picks a page, and I'm able to discern what phone number they're looking at. And so I was doing it, and I missed the phone number by 1 digit. Like I got every single digit. So everybody is excited. I could hear a little bit of clapping as I'm going up and naming the digits, you know, that I was correct. And I missed the last one. You could hear the whole audience go, oh. I was like, what do you want? I missed it by 1. So can I do one more? This is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be great. This is what I want you to do. This is really, it's just a, nothing special. It is a deck of cards, not TV magic cards. Mentalists don't do that sort of thing. But what we're going to do here is you're going to just point to a card. I don't want you to pick it. I just want you to point to it. And this one right here.
Yep.
Okay, now I want you to, when I pull this out, I want you to look at it and I want you to memorize it.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put it in here just like this. Now, and I forgot to give you this right here, but I want you to hold on to that. It's my prediction. And I want you to, so I want you to think of that card, and you could have picked any one of these cards here, but you're thinking of one card. First, think of the color of the card.
Mm-hmm.
And I know right away you're not thinking black, you're thinking red.
Yep, I am.
Okay, now that's pretty cool. But now you're thinking of, think of the number of the card or the suit. It could be, a number or whether it's a royal card. Jack, Queen, or King, think of what it is.
Uh-huh.
And that was pretty easy because it's a red 7.
It is.
Lucky number 7, is that right? Okay, now comes the hard part. Believe it or not, even though it seems like the number or the name of the card would be harder, it's really, now that I know the color, I do have a 50-50 chance, but it's still very hard because, it could go either way. So I want you to think. And you're actually interested about the way you think. You think in symbols too, because you're not just thinking of the word hearts. You're thinking of the symbol of a heart, like this, that's what it was. It was a 7 of hearts, right?
That's it.
Okay. That worked out really well.
Wow.
Open up that prediction there, because before I came here, I made a prediction. Let's see if I did okay.
Oh my
So,
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
Can you see that in there?
Yeah, it says
see that,
7
Tom?
hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So that was pretty fun.
That was fun. Wow.
So very cool.
We're gonna make this a 3-hour show. Just turn the camera off.
That was awesome.
So how'd you do it?
You should know better.
How's everything going in the chat room? Any questions, Todd?
No.
Nope.
that's
Everything
so
going
sad.
good?
They're paying attention. That's
They're paying
why.
attention.
I hope so.
If you guys want to call in, if you have a question for Rich, it's 600-8077, and you can get us on the chat room.
Very cool.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, what we're going to do now, I want you, Nate, I want you to think of a question right now. Don't tell me what it is, and don't say it out loud just yet. In the back of my business card, I'm going to have you write down this question, but it has to be a question that you don't know the answer to. I don't want it to be like, like what is my dog's name? I want you to be something that you don't know the answer to, something in the future, something that concerns you.
Okay,
something interesting. Don't make it too personal.
No, okay.
What I want you to do is write down the question on the back of that business card.
Geez, this is a tough one.
It is
something about the future that's
Yeah.
about me.
About you,
but I
something
don't know
that you don't know the
question
answer to yet. You don't know the answer. You should know the question, hopefully. But something that you need to know the answer to. And again, don't make it so personal, but, just put your...
Oh man, this is there's so many
Well, see, what's interesting about this, whenever I do this, like at my stage show, or even when I do, tarot reading for people, I say, someone think of a question. It's a really tough thing because when you think about it, this could be a really big moment for you.
That's exactly what
I'm a reader. I could find out something for you that you really so just pick.
So you're going to answer his question.
I'm going to try.
In the future.
Yes, I'm going to try. We're going to see how well it
Because
goes.
how you word it.
Yeah. So
Oh man, I sometimes I'm going this way and then I'm going that way.
just pick one way, go down one pathway, and when you get done, just put the cards in my hand, and I'm not going to. There's no monitors over here or anything.
Can I see what he says or not?
Not yet.
No?
Yeah, not yet.
Let's see.
Just
not
yet.
Down.
Yeah, just
down.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because what we're going to do, I'm going to turn it the other way because what I want to do is I want, in order for me to get your question, I'm going to need to put your hand out just like that, and I want you, yeah, just drop that over there, and then put that between the palm of your hands. Don't open that up because I don't even care what it says at this point. Okay. I'm going to try now. Think of your question and think of variations of your question. Think of how this question makes you feel. If it's something that frightens you, is it something that it's interesting because one of the first things I'm picking up here has to do with fear. Has to do with feeling scared about the future. It has to do with the next 30 days, actually. You're thinking of something right now that has to do with money. And money is always a scary thing to you, isn't it? Because money goes through your hands so fast, and you always have a problem holding on to it. And because of that, you have trouble making ends meet sometimes. And I don't mean to get too personal here, but this is definitely something to do with money. It's something to do, I was going to say work, but I'm beginning to feel the energy of, a bill that you have to pay, a monthly bill that you have to pay that you're worried about because money just goes through your hands so quickly. It's not even that it was so hard to pay for, but you've done some purchasing and some things like that you probably shouldn't have done. But in any case, that doesn't matter. You're asking about your rent. Let me see, open it up, and you have to do with your rent.
You're fine. Keep going.
It's not.
That's all right. We're live.
You wanted to know about your rent. Is that correct?
That's exactly. Wow. That's fine. We're good. We're on live. That's fine. That's fine, bud.
Yeah. Okay, because your battery is.
Yeah, we're good. We're
that was fantastic.
I can't believe that. Thanks, Tom, for the train wreck. That was good. I can't believe that. That is insane.
As you can see,
I'm like, I can't believe you nailed it so quickly.
that was awesome.
I was like, I'm gonna go funny because with the studio, I'm always trying to make rent, and I'm like, and I don't know if no customers will come in the door that month,
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot.
It's scary.
So it's actually a running joke between my wife and I. I wonder if we're gonna make rent this month. And wow,
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's actually a great routine called the question and answer act. And most mentalists and guys that do ESP work and stuff that I do, they don't do that anymore. But the guys back in the 20s and 30s, vaudeville days, these guys would go out and they'd do a full 2-hour act just answering people's questions like that. And they get to the point too where they didn't have to look at the question like I did. I mean, I didn't even have to look at it. But so they do like the first 10, and then by that point, people don't care whether you're discerning their question or not. They just want answers. So he would just reach into a bowl and just read the question and give the people an answer after the first 6.
Wow.
But I just, there's greats in my business. I stand on the shoulders of greats, and Dunninger was one of the greats during the 50s, and he was a radio mentalist. So he used to read people's minds and do that question act over the radio, which is
wow. Because then you wouldn't even be able to see any cues or anything.
You wouldn't see anything. Yeah, even the people's faces, you wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, because I totally holy shit! Sorry about that.
And that type of reaction, I mean, it does help. You're going.
Oh, yeah. Like instantly, he was right on the right track, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I was right on this. There's no way."
And no offense, I was watching the whole time to make sure there was no sliding error. 100%. That was awesome.
Oh, that was
good job.
See, like I say, what I do, it's not magic. I don't do sleight of hand. And it does help that I have a strong intuition. I can pick up on certain things and energies. And what's helped me out with that sort of stuff is learning about the tarot. And a lot of people are scared to death of the tarot because they think it's a cult and evil.
It's funny you say that. I was literally garage selling this weekend, and someone was selling tarots.
Oh, really?
And I thought you're not supposed to sell. I thought they were like personal to you, right?
Well, there's a lot of old traditions that say things like you're supposed to have somebody give you a deck as a gift, a reader. And that's why you always see them behind glass in bookstores and stuff, because people steal them. They think they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to either be given them or they're just supposed to take it for some reason. Which blows my mind, because the people that created the tarot were actually very spiritual people. They were, the lady who painted the most famous tarot in the world, her name was Pamela Coleman Smith. And she was a devout Catholic, and a lot of people today just assume that it has to be something to do with the devil or, and all this stuff. And a lot of the people who created it were very religious people. You look at a traditional tarot deck, you'll see scenes like Adam and Eve, the Tower of Babel. You'll see things that you recognize from the Bible.
Right.
And, there's a lot of different ways to approach it. I don't believe personally that the strength of the tarot is looking into the future. I mean, most people come to me, they want to know the future. Certainly we'll see things like that. But the real strength is seeing what's going on in their life right now, why they make the same mistakes they're doing over and over again, and then looking at these symbols and trying to find a way to make these symbols work in their lives.
So it's like more like intuitive advice.
That's exactly what it is. And even then, I don't give so much advice. What I do is I let them solve their own problems. I'm not a reader who, when people come to me, I can be very intuitive. I can tell them what their future or what's going on in their life right now. But that's not what I'm there for. I'm there as somebody to help them become more powerful about their own life. It's a really bad business model because when people leave me, they feel better than they came in. And a lot of readers that are very just nefarious and awful, they want to create an environment where that person's dependent on them. I want that person to leave me and say, you know what, that symbol of the Empress empowered me to go out and look for work today. Or that symbol of the Magician card made me want to take a risk or a chance today to help my family. You know, they look at a symbol and that's how we think. We think in symbols.
Yeah.
You know, even when you go to like a hospital, the hospital's full of symbols, but you walk into an emergency room, the walls are never painted red. There's a reason for that, you know. There's a symbol of red and white. I mean,
It would be less cleanup though.
So that's how our minds think, though. We think it's symbols, and that's all the tarot is. It's symbols of color and numbers and you know, archetypes, like, you know, characters that we're all, you know, that's ingrained in us. You know, from the time we're young, we're ingrained with certain different symbols and things. You know, Cinderella, you know, is a symbol. It's an archetype. The prince, you know, saving Cinderella. Mm-hmm. You know, all these things that we grew up with, and these things are all part of us. It's interesting that the tarot still has. It's medieval in nature, you know. It's still medieval characters, and even in America, where we don't have kings and queens and, you know, those types of things. In the tarot card, that they're represented as kings and queens. They're still embedded as part of who we are. They're part of our spiritual DNA.
Todd, do we have anyone that's got in the chat room asking about tarot? I got some here. I was just seeing if someone had a
All we
question.
had so far was when you did the trick with you was a big wow.
Really?
Oh, that's nice.
Who was that?
Tori.
Tori, yeah, that was my wife. Yeah.
Maybe I can teach Tori, if you're still watching, I can teach you how to read his mind better.
It's funny because then someone texted that question.
Which one?
Some of the viewers actually texted me the question I should write was how's my business going?
Oh, yeah.
How is my business going? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, so it's funny. Yeah, you got a question?
I Love Me Too says, does he have a Facebook page?
Yes, Psychic Rich is my page. You can go right on Facebook, do a search. I'm sure you'll find me. I'm the bald guy with tarot cards.
The other ball.
The other bald guy. That's right.
No, we got some science going on here.
This is
We're gonna get you a little beer.
I know. I think what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grow a little bit. You know, if we both like lean forward like this with our heads, we can be doing our impression of Dolly Parton. That'd be great. Do it right over
Wait, yeah, if you go in and then I go down.
Tori says, sounds great. LOL.
Sounds great. Cool.
Actually, there is a link to Rich's site. It's on our Slaps page on
Yep.
Facebook.
TarotEnthusiast.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Click on
that
that link and like it.
And that you'll find out there's lots of articles on esoteric subjects. Even if you're like the biggest skeptic, you know, it's cool learning what symbols mean, you know, so what does this tarot card mean? What does this mean? Even if you don't believe in the mystical aspect of it. But if you certainly do, you'll get a lot more out of it if you have kind of a belief system in that, because that's what my website is. And so that particular blog site, you go on there and you'll find articles about what do these cards mean. And you'll see ways to get readings, phone readings with me if you can't make my office in Potsdam. I have an office in Potsdam that I do private readings at, and I also do phone readings and Skype readings, so people can get a hold of me, you know.
That's awesome.
In different ways, so.
And he's local too.
That's right.
Yeah, look here in Potsdam, but you travel. How far do you travel?
All over the place. I mean, I do shows all over New York State. I lived down in Rochester for a while, the Albany areas. I have contacts in all those areas. And so, yeah, I do shows all over the place. And, you know, as a journeyman entertainer, that's what we do. You know, you have to do a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love to meet people. I love to make people happy. I love to surprise people, you know.
Now, didn't he help us out with a case?
He did.
I mean,
Yes.
privately,
Yes.
but you also can do
I
those
like, I'm the type of person who, I'm very interested in what you guys do.
Right.
And so I want to get into that more and more. It's more, I don't even advertise that I do that sort of thing, you know,
Right.
because it's a personal thing. And because I'm not like a typical psychic reader, where a lot of psychic readers say they can just call it upward, like if they walk into a home, they're going to feel ghosts right away, or spirits, or entities, and they feel they have to, fill in the blank spots.
We know that.
We've been there. We've been there.
And, I certainly can feel things. But I'm very honest with what I do. If I want, it's not one of my talents. I'm not a medium. I don't speak to the dead. I can feel things. I think most people can. I think my intuition is high enough that sometimes I can feel things very strongly if I walk into a home. But if I don't feel anything, like, if I go out on investigations with you guys, I'm going to be very honest. If I walk in and don't feel or see anything, that's it. I don't.
That's what.
But it's not my talent. But I do see it. Just last year, my wife's dad passed away, and he's been, visiting our home a lot. And I believe very strongly in the afterlife. I've had confirmation from my grandfather who went on, and other spirits. And so, he's been around our house. He still doesn't like me very much.
As we are in life, we are in death.
That's right. I was hoping he'd like me a little bit more, but he still gives me a hard time, He's still...
We got another question, Todd?
Yes, let me too says, does he do readings there? Maybe clarify where you do.
Oh, there in Potsdam, New York is where my private office is. And also, if you live far away or you don't want to make the trip, you can give me a call. If you got a pen, it's 315-212-7169. And that's my office number, and you can just call that and set up an appointment. We can do a phone reading, or do a Skype reading.
Yeah.
I do readings right in Potsdam, New York. If somebody wanted to call in and have a question, they can ask a question, and I can give you a reading with my tarot cards.
If you guys want to call in, we can do a question.
600-8077.
Yep.
If you have a question for Rich.
Wow.
It's the heat here.
It is very hot.
It's a little warm, yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a question, the thing is that, with this type of thing, since I can't see you, I can't hear your voice, it's very important that you just ask the question, and I'll just pull a random card, and we'll just see what the cards say about your particular circumstance.
So if we can get someone to call in, that'd be awesome. 600-8077. Call in if you want to get a tarot reading. That'd be great.
Yeah. So, you guys want to do one more experiment of the mind? Let's do another one.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. I got 2 decks of cards here. They are different. They're both bicycle decks. And so I want, let's see, you pick one of them. Which one do you want? It doesn't matter to me. Okay, you like that one? Then I'm going to give you that one there. Okay, since you picked that one, what we're going to do is, if you don't have a table, don't worry about messing them up or anything. In a second, I'm going to ask you to drop some cards on the floor. So open that deck up. You keep yours closed. And,
And just drop
you
it.
can drop
All of them?
Yep. Okay. Now,
No,
drop that. Okay. The reason I wanted you to drop it is because I want you to see that they're all completely different. Okay?
Yep.
There.
They are. Okay. I want you to open up your deck. Don't drop yours though, because we're actually gonna use
Take
this
'em out?
deck. Yeah, just take them out. I just want you to take them out. And so, is there any cards in there?
There's no cards.
No cards.
No cards. Okay. So what I want you to do is you both have 2 different decks, and they're all different. And I want you to hold those. And I'm just going to fan these guys right here, show you that they're all different. And they just there's no rhyme or reason to any of them. Okay. This is what I want you to do. Is first turn your deck over. Okay, both of your decks are over. What I want you to do is I just want you to go through your cards. Just drop plops of them on the ground. Just drop plops of the cards. You're not going to do that just yet. You're going to do it first. Drop some plops down and stop when you feel compelled to stop. Hey, there's some blue cards in there too.
Yeah.
That's really weird. That may be significant here.
Oh.
Let's find out.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, drop some of your cards down.
Yeah. Okay.
And then stop where you feel compelled to stop. Okay, so now you both stop. Okay, now, I don't even care about the cards on the floor. I want you to mix both of those decks together. So they're 2 different decks. They have 2 different backs on them. And just mix them together.
Just mix them
Yeah,
up.
yeah, this is what we're going to do. So, yeah, I wanted you to see that, this is just regular decks of cards. There's nothing special about them. We mixed them up. I did this before, and they're kind of mixed up together, too, because we did an experiment. So what I want you to do now is I'm going to take several cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to take 10 cards. What you're going to do in a little bit is you're actually going to sit on 10 cards. You're going to sit.
Hey, you want these back?
Yeah.
So you sit on these?
Yeah, just sit on them. Okay, so now what you're going to do is we mixed up 2 decks. I'm going to take 3 cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're going to take 3 cards and we're going to make them travel from here to underneath your buttocks. Random cards come from 2 different decks. I know it sounds kind of weird, but for example, if I have a card like the 6 of hearts here, and I take it and put it like that, of course I can make it vanish. Oh, there it is again. Wait, here we go. Watch this. Now it's vanished.
What?
Okay, now we're going to take the next card. This is one of my favorite things to do. Watch this. The 4. We're going to take it, put it here just like this. We're going to take it over here, and I'm going to throw it over there just like that.
What?
That was really, I did, believe it or not. Okay, I'm going to take the next card, and we're going to make it vanish. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Watch this. The 10 of diamonds, watch. Okay, now, I want you to take those cards out of from your buttocks. And then, just since we got a mess on the floor, you can just throw them on the floor. Just count them. No, count them first. Count them down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now pick up 10 cards, any 10 cards. Don't strain them up or anything. Just pick up any 10 cards. It doesn't matter if they're face up, face down. And just put them in your hand. I'm going to throw those cards down there.
7, 8.
I don't know if I want to touch some of these. Okay, so now what we're going to do is this time I want you to take them, put them in your hand with one hand on top of the other. Okay, and this time we're just going to count cards. They're not even in my hands. 1, 2, 3.
Just want to throw out 3 cards now?
And now, no, lift up your hands and count them. We had 10 cards. He counted them this time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
What?
How many did you pick
I
up?
picked up 10! I know I picked up 10!
There's 13 cards here.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. You can just put those down on the ground for now.
Wow.
It was 10!
Throw them down?
Yeah, throw them down. We're done. We're done.
Wow.
Oh my god! How did that? Oh my god, that was awesome!
You know, and I will tell you this much about it. That type of thing is a lot. It's not sleight of hand, but it is all suggestion. That's really what it is. It's like, you know, in a little bit, you were already hypnotized in a lot of respects because I was able to create an altered state through my words and through what I said. So
You did! Oh man, you guys are in for it
I
tonight!
can't wait for that
Because
part
I
of
do
it.
feel kind of stunned right now.
I know. It's like, we saw you pick them up, but...
You saw me counting, I said.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. But
Oh, well, you know, our Slaps fund is kind of off all the time.
Well, never really good.
Yeah. Todd, is there any questions?
No, just a lot of laughing.
A lot of laughing.
Well, somebody wants to get their cards right, give us a call,
Yeah.
600-8077. Great opportunity for you.
Yeah.
You know, just give us a call.
yeah, when I do office readings, I really get into what's going on in the people's lives. We look at their past, their present, kind of where they're going. And, you know, a good hour reading uses 21 cards, and it really is a great way to delve into why we do what we do, you know, why we make the same mistakes over again.
Yeah.
You know, the old oracles back in the ancient days, they used to have a slogan outside their temples, or written right above their temples, that used to say it was "Nate Seatum," and it means know thyself, know who you are. It didn't say know the lottery numbers, know who you're going to marry, but know who you are. You know, and I always found that fascinating. You know, people would go to these temples to find out who I am. And it sounds like such a basic question, but we really don't know. You know, we're too close to ourselves.
Yeah.
And so the idea behind the tarot cards is you're giving somebody, you're helping them.
Yeah.
You're aiding them out. So it's not like you're going to give them the death card. Like,
That's right.
Sorry.
Well, I consider myself more of a life coach than a tarot life coach than a regular reader. And so when people come to me and they get a reading, I want to help them. I want them, if they do get the death card, it's based on symbols. I've never pulled the death card where someone's going to die. You know, no matter how powerful cards are, symbols are, real magic is, you know, they're not going to take somebody's life. They can't predict when you're going to die. Only God knows that. But the tarot has the symbol of death is a symbol of change. It always represents something we need to get out of our life that's hurting us. That's you know, something that we need to kill. You know, symbolically speaking. A lot of times people have a trouble quitting smoking. We'll get the death card, and that could really mean physical death too in the long run.
Oh, you got a call.
Yes, I think so.
unless it's another bill collector.
Was it a bill collector?
No, it was a realtor. That's right.
Wow.
Hello, Slaps360. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
No, put it on. Don't take the speaker off. There you go.
I was get my card pressed.
Okay.
Okay, great. Well,
Can you hear us all right?
can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
let me see, I think maybe if I put you on.
okay.
There we go. That should work.
Would you like just a quick one card reading? Do you have a question, or you just want a general reading?
Just the general thing.
Okay, you got it. I'm just going to pull a card randomly, and I'll show everybody how it looks. I pulled the Eight of Wands for you. Now, wands in the tarot represent people around us. They represent the relationships we have with others. This is one of the few cards in the tarot. There's nobody on this card. And so it carries with it a warning in our present tense. It comes in our life when we have those moments when people are really taking advantage of us. The people around us, our family, they put a lot of things in your lap. And there's so many issues going on, or so many people that are affecting you. Sometimes it's hard for you to know what to focus on or who to focus on. They just keep putting things in your lap. It's hard for you to deal with all this pressure that they put on you. And this is a card that, it's a minor card. It doesn't mean what you're going through is minor, but it means it's temporary. And so it's really important when this card comes in our life that you got to be able to say to your family and the people around you, stop what you're doing. Stop, putting things on my lap. It's okay for you to say no, because you can't solve everybody's problem. And sometimes you have to work on yourself. You got so many things, so many people bombarding you right now and so many issues. I don't even know how you sleep at night. And so you gotta, this is a card that represents all of that stuff. So, be willing to say no when people start putting, stuff on your lap, when they start giving you more than you can handle.
Does that have some significance towards your life right now? Hello?
Could you repeat the question?
Did that have any significance to your life right now?
Were you able to hear my response?
My last name?
I don't think you heard my response.
Were you able to hear what Rich's response?
Let's do this. So we can really...
I'm hearing you.
You're having trouble hearing us right now? Can you hear us okay right now?
Oh, that's awesome right now.
Oh, okay.
Now, did you hear Rich's response?
I can repeat it.
Did I?
Slaps technology.
What's your name?
My name is Robin.
Robin. Okay, Robin. Rich is going to go ahead and he's going to repeat a little bit of what he just told you.
I just want to make sure you hear that. Oh, you heard what I said?
That relationship?
Yeah, about the people around you and how they put a lot of things on your shoulders and how that can be very burdensome for you.
Oh, most definitely.
So it was a hit. It was definitely a hit.
Yeah, and you just, and this card, by the way, like I said, is a temporary card. And a lot of the pressure that you're feeling right now and a lot of the pressure they're putting on you to do things and to deal with their issues, you just need to, learn to be a little tougher and just say, you know what, I got my own things to deal with. And it's okay to say no to these people. It's okay to say no, even to the closest people to you. You need to learn to say no so you can deal with what you need to deal with.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for calling, Robin.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome, Robin. Very cool.
Good
Nice
job.
job.
Thank you.
Wow, she seemed really happy about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nailed it. Yep.
And see, that makes me feel good as someone that does what I do, to feel that, there was a connection between us. But what makes it really powerful is hopefully, this symbol here with these wands, and there's nobody on there, you can't tell where the issues are coming from or the problems. This is a card that just, that shows us that it's temporary. We can get through it. It's tough, but we can get through it. Hopefully she'll take that with her.
I think you should do one. I think you should. I'm getting hypnotized.
Okay, you know what?
I got a question.
Oh, you got a question?
Okay.
What's your question?
Now, what type of question can I ask?
You can ask any question. The most powerful questions that people ask have to do with three areas of their life: relationships, jobs, and money. Those are usually the three areas.
My son.
Your son.
He's in Iraq.
Okay. I'm going to pull a card out. This is really a fascinating card. Wait till I tell you what it means, and then I'll tell you what it means to you. But the Page of Wands, it shows a really colorfully clad figure. He's dressed in yellow, and he's wearing a little hat. But pages have to do with somebody who's younger than the person who asked the question to me. So it always has to do with a child or a kid. And so it's always fascinating to me when you get a card that really answers a question very specifically. And this does. The good news about this card here is that wands have to do with safety as well. And so that's a really big concern. I mean, I don't have to be a great reader to know that, but this card represents that type of concern that you have. And it represents safety is a major part of this card. It's also, in the older tarot books, sometimes this is called the homecoming card. And so, there is a strong energy with this card about, reunion and being together again. And so there's that strong aspect of it as well. And so it really does answer your question very directly.
Very directly.
When you think of, like, one of the things is when you get a card that's wands, a suit of wands, the wands represent, like change, like you think of a magician's wand, and that's what and there's a safety with that. If you really had a magic wand like Harry Potter, you could protect yourself. Right. That's a really strong aspect of that. So I hope that
makes you feel better?
Yes. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really great.
If you know what, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do one. If you
have
a question.
one.
Oh, you do? Okay, sure.
This is from Butterfly Spirit 3. Question for Rich. I have been working on learning a particular system of divination. Do the cards say if I have any particular talent in it?
Okay, let's find out.
Very
yeah.
So you can do that just like that then?
Yeah, I can get a connection.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see here. I pulled, this is great. I pulled the Three of Cups for you. And what this card shows is three women dancing in a circle with cups over their head. This is one of those cards that people get in a reading. They're happy, it's a happy looking card. It's not like the scary death card or, some of those other cards, but it's a really powerful card. And the thing is, with your question is, do I have, any sort of ability, or am I really psychic? I mean, that's really what you're asking, or do I really have... Well, for one thing, everybody has this intuitive ability, but with a card like this, your intuitive ability is very strong. Cups have to do with our heart, with our emotions. Traditionally, it has to do with intuition, because that's how the ancients believed we knew things. We knew things through our heart. We still believe that today. I lead with my heart, or my heart says that's a good thing. And so that's part of intuition. So this card, again, answers your question very directly. You do have that. You still have a lot to go to develop that. You're just beginning, apparently. The Three of Cups is the beginning of your journey, but you're on the right path. And use it to help people. Never use it to tear people down. Use it to help people.
I'll tell you what, this is a stepping stone for us.
Absolutely.
We got Tiffany coming in August.
Yes.
She's a spirit medium.
Yeah.
And having you here doing some of these things is really putting us...
It's an eye-opener.
It is. It really is. Because, we have been on the skeptic side for a long time. And
I told you that. We've the past 6.5 years, we've just been...
It's not that we're closed-minded about it. It's just that we're we're trying to make sure that we're finding legitimate people and things that make sense, and a lot of times we're getting bamboozled and whatever. So this is an eye opener.
And the thing is that like I was talking with you before, I also approach even what I do, and it might sound funny, from a skeptical point of view. I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in God. I believe in people can have personal revelation. There's a lot of personal beliefs I have that are very spiritual, but I also approach a lot of things very skeptically. When I hear even people in my business, and I never talk bad about anybody, so I don't name names, but somebody in my business says, "Oh, I help police solve crimes." Well, what police have used you? What crimes have you solved, and how have you solved them? I mean, I want to know those things too.
I've heard that before.
So and it doesn't mean that I've never met anybody who doesn't have that ability, because I have. But I'm just saying that I also I take it with a grain of salt, and I expect people to take what I do with a grain of salt too, because that's what makes these readings more powerful too in the long run. Somebody comes to me, I'm not trying to convert that there's a real power to the tarot, but I'm trying to convert that there is real magic in the world, and real things, and that's my thing. So
anything, Todd? Any other questions?
No, not so far.
All right, if you guys want to call in 600-8077, you got to get one. Yeah, I think you should either.
Sure.
Okay, would you ask a question, or would you just pull a card?
Let's just pull a card.
Yeah, just pull a card.
Pull a card, and let's just see what's going on. Let's wing it. Let's see here.
See the girls dancing.
Oh my goodness, the Six of Cups. This is another happy card. It's not a scary card, It shows two figures on it, obviously young in age, and there's a young man who's giving a young woman some flowers. When this card comes into our life, the energy that surrounds us is there is a celebration coming up. There's a party. There's something that's going to be very joyful. It's always something to do with somebody close to us. It's not like you're going to a party of somebody you don't know or a celebration. This card almost always speaks of the future too, so this is something to look forward to. The reason why it's good is because this is the type of party that's going to be a little bittersweet. And so it's going to be kind of interesting to see, as time goes on, if you guys ever have me back again, to see, where this falls in your life and who it falls with. I find that cards like this can go as far as, 2 months in the future. And that may not seem relevant to you now, but for the cards to bring that up, that does mean something to you now. Oh, good. But anyways, the cards are bringing it up now means it's something significant to you, that it's going to be something that's going to touch your heart.
Is it something we can talk about, or is it too personal? I mean,
No. Well, no, I can't say it over there because it's
that's why that's why we don't want to. That's why I say too personal. Too personal.
But yeah,
that's great.
That's good.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do me. No.
Okay. I already read your question.
I am so fascinated by it.
Let me see here.
Just a question before we get into Nate's. Now, could that have been more of a reading for, say, like my wife?
Well, see, that's the interesting thing about readings, because I can't place the significance of the reading for the client. The client has to it has to resound with the client. And so if you feel that it's more something to do with your wife, somebody obviously was very close to you, that
was that energy.
That there's that energy there. Because
it's huge. I mean, you're absolutely right. This is huge. And I can see where you say the bittersweet thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so definitely, and there's going to be some tears shed, and
yeah.
So it's going to, so it's one of those things. So just look forward to it. It's going to be great.
Tap it twice, man. I'm good.
Oh my God!
You want one more? Do we have time?
Yeah. I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. Why not? Huh? I already got your question. Oh, well, look at this.
Okay.
You're going to be fascinated by this. This is called the Six of Pentacles. Now, pentacles in the tarot have to do with money. They have to do with coins. When you think of pentacles, you think of coins. In fact, the older tarot decks didn't call them pentacles; they called them coins. And they have to do with money, and they have to do with our job and things like that. Now, you asked a question earlier. We should have waited for this card.
Yeah.
Because this does answer. Because one of the problems with your question, I was great at discerning it, but I didn't really answer it. And this is a card that kind of gives you the answer part of it. I picked up the energy, but now here's the answer. You are going not only to make your rent, but there's going to be some work that's going to come in, especially in the next week and a half, that's going to help you out a lot. And so this is when that type of thing happens. So.
Wow, I mean, you just made I just drank the Kool-Aid, man.
Oh, you're on Slaps360. Do you have a question?
Hi, I'm calling to see if I can send the program.
Yeah, what's your name? What's your name?
Amy West.
Amy, was that
Amy? You said your first name's Amy?
No, Jamie. J-A-I-S.
Okay, Jamie, do you want to ask a question?
Or what? Just want a card.
Or you
just want a card read?
I don't really want to ask.
Okay, so he's going to pick a card.
Okay, that's great. Let me just pick a card.
Yeah, one.
Okay. Oh, wow. This is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups shows somebody sitting under a tree. They have 3 cups in front of them, and they're so wrapped up in these 3 cups that they don't see this hand reaching out of a cloud next to them with a cup in their hands. And this card comes in our lives when we're really so focused on just stuff in front of us. And sometimes that's all we can focus on, that we're missing a gift that's coming into our life. We're taking something for granted. And so this is a card that comes up in my client's life when it tells them they really need to take their eyes off themselves, off the things around them right now, and because there's a special gift coming into your life. I can tell you from personal experience, mostly the gifts that come in with this card have to do with an old friend coming back into your life. It has to do, or sometimes it even has to do with, it can do with money coming into your life. But whatever it is not important right now. The important thing is that you're so overwhelmed by issues that you're just focusing on that this is going to take you're going to give you some distraction from these other issues, which are still important to you, obviously. But you just need to relax a little bit, pull back, and this gift is going to come into your life.
Okay.
That hit the nail on the head?
I hope.
Kinda.
Yeah, all right.
Kinda.
Well, thank you for calling, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie. Take care.
Have a good one. We got a question in the
Yes,
chat.
we do. Gotta Love Me Too would like a general card.
General?
A general card. Okay, Gotta. You got it.
Yeah, love me too. That's funny.
Oh, King of Pentacles, another card that has to do with money or has to do with finances. But this one has to do very specifically. It's with money that's coming to you. You're starting a business that's still in its infancy. You're still trying to get things off the ground. This is a card that shows that you're making the right steps to do this. That even within the week, you're going to get more people coming to you, clients just asking questions about what you do. And this card is also very specific to you because the King of Pentacles tells you that you really need to be specific with your business. You need to really focus on a certain demographic or a certain group of people. And this is a card that shows that. And so if you do that, you're going to see some blessings financially this week. You're going to see, your business is just going to keep growing. And you're going to be helping a lot of people with this business. You really started a great business.
Unless it's a photography business, then cool. I'm just kidding.
And open up right next door to here.
Oh man, this is awesome.
Take care, Gotta.
We got another one. I think we opened the floodgates on this one.
I got more too.
Slaps360, who's this?
This is Nicole.
Hey,
Nicole.
Nicole. Do you want a general card or you want to ask a question?
A card.
Okay, you got it, Nicole. Let's see what's going on in Nicole's life. Oh, the Ace of Swords. The first swords we got tonight. There's 4 suits in the tarot. Before I answer your question, let me just real quick just tell you something. Because you probably noticed there's 4 suits in the tarot. And they're just like the 4 suits in a playing card deck. In fact, that's where our playing card deck comes from. And so each of these suits, like swords, for example, is the same as spades in our playing card deck. That's why some readers can read playing cards, because they mean the same thing. There's just more cards in the tarot. But the Ace of Swords, now swords represent conflicts in our life. We had a few callers who had conflicts in their life, but this card really speaks directly to you with a conflict that's starting and that's in your life. And oh my gosh, I don't want to make you feel bad or anything, but when this conflict comes up, it's really heavy. It's really hard to handle. You might start feeling this feeling of being overwhelmed right now, but it's the beginning of this problem. Whenever you see aces, it's always the start of something. So it's these energies that are starting to work in your life, this conflict. And you know what? The other thing is, I think, really important to tell you right now is that when there's people that want you to be wrong. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you have got to stick to your guns. You are right in this conflict. You have good right on your side. I'm just trying to tell you, just stick to your convictions, and you're going to be fine. And so it's tough when the Ace of Swords comes into our life, but again, it's temporary. So hang in there. You're going to get through it, and you're going to be able to face this and be strong. And I feel a very strong presence from you. You're a very strong-willed person. I mean, God helps somebody who tries to put you under their thumb. But the Ace of Swords shows you're going to have to use that.
You got that?
Yeah.
All right.
That makes sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, good.
Awesome. Thank you
That
for
makes me
calling,
feel
Nicole.
good. Thank you. Take care, Nicole.
Do you have time for what? One more?
Yeah, we can do one more, yeah.
You got one from the chat?
No, actually, it's a reply. Gotta Love Me Too says, whoop, yes, spot on. Thank you. Blessings back at you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gotta.
Wow, great.
Good job.
Wow.
I got one for you after.
All right, well, we got one more. We get time for one more. You got one, Todd?
Yes. Do I have to?
I say don't say anything.
You don't have to say anything.
Something
second
big is happening tomorrow,
Okay.
and it can go really bad or really good.
Okay, let's see what the cards say. I'm just randomly pulling a card here. And the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords, it's great that it came up with this type of question because it's a warning card. It shows a figure sitting down on a beach. It has 2 swords on each side of her head, and she's wearing a blindfold. And in the tarot, there's only 2 figures that wear a blindfold. And the most important part of that symbol that I think for you is that this is really showing you, you're going to get at one point, you're going to be very frustrated because you're going to feel very overwhelmed. And you're going to want to there's some people that are going to really tick you off. You have a low tolerance for stupid people as it is. And when this card comes up, you're going to have to deal a lot with that tomorrow. And so you're going to have to be very patient with everybody, and most of all, are patient with yourself. This is a card that says, you know, a lot of times you're going to have to pull back or you're just going to snap out. Now, as far as the whole day is going to go, the Two of Swords isn't a bad card or it's a good card. It just is. You're going to get through it. And it's going to be something that is going to, you know, it's going to be good for you in the long run, but tomorrow just getting through it is going to be a pain in the neck for you. You know,
Todd's got his frowny mustache face.
frowny mustache.
For all you guys who can't see him, he's got the sad face.
Oh.
We do have one just popped on.
Well, how was that, Todd?
It actually was good because I don't want to get into it right now,
Right.
but yeah, it was good.
And that's the other aspect of a reading too, especially in a group reading like this or where there's a lot of people. One of the hardest things is to get extremely specific, because sometimes there's things that people don't want other people to know around them. And just like with hypnotism, you know, you can't do things if you don't want to do them under hypnotism. I can't say things to a group of people if you don't want. And so that's one of the reasons why we didn't go too much into your event.
Yeah.
I'm going to, if you got one more question, right? I'm
have one
going to set up a camera because we're probably going to get close to doing,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure we got another camera going. So you
Okay.
go ahead.
So go ahead, Todd. You got another question, you said?
Jessica May 25. I will take a general card.
Okay, Jessica, let's see what's going on in your life. This feels like a Jessica card. Oh wow, this is a great card to leave our readings tonight. This is a Seven of Cups. It shows us 7 cups in clouds. It shows a figure looking at these cups. Each one of these cups represents a different part of wishes or desires that we have. One is home life, one is marriage, one is, you know, a stronger relationship. As a matter of fact, I feel that one of the things that you really need you know, some confirmation in is that your relationship is going in the right direction. This is a card where your wish for a great relationship, for a better relationship, is actually going to come true. In fact, in the older tarot books, this was called just the wish card. That was it, you know, in some of the older books. And so this is where a desire comes true. It's one of those great cards that when people get in a reading, they feel great because it just says you're going to get your heart's desire.
So whatever Jessica's wishing,
that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
And
Awesome.
generally, I find from years of experience, it most of all talks about, you know, relationships. And you know, I just want to tell everybody just a fun fact about tarot and cards. With, you know, I mentioned how playing cards have come from tarot, from the tarot, and there's a lot of controversy which came first, really, because tarot was first a game. But playing cards are really tied into our lives too. There's 52 playing cards in 52 weeks to a year. There's 4 suits, 4 seasons. They're really tied into our life. If you add up all the card numbers together, ace plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, and go through all the suits and add all the individual numbers together, you get the numbers in a year, 364. So you get,
nice.
So they tie into our lives, whether we like it or not.
So I just read the chat, and based on your the card that you pulled, yeah, go ahead and.
Jessica May said, so weird. I just ended a 5-year relationship and started a new one.
Good for you. You're on the right path.
Oh, goosebumps.
Thank you, Jessica.
So
Good luck to you.
awesome.
Blessings.
Before we get, now I just have a question.
Okay.
Now, if somebody calls in and I see you fan through the cards.
Yeah.
Like, is it you saying stop?
Yeah.
Is it just like your feeling?
Yes.
Or-
That's exactly what, that's all it is feeling. I'm just going to go through the cards where I feel like stopping, I will.
So I can't do that then.
Yeah, you can learn how to do
Yeah,
it, but you might not be able to do it. You
Now,
know,
don't you teach these things?
I do teach. I do have
everybody can
classes.
do that.
Yeah, I can teach anybody. Because like I said, I approach it from many different angles. If somebody doesn't believe in the mysticism of tarot, they can come and learn how to read cards from a very psychological point of view, what the symbols mean and stuff like that. And I teach classes. I have classes called Spiritual Saturdays where we delve into different belief systems and different things, and I teach this sort of
That's
stuff.
awesome.
And so,
Something I might look into, because I think
Yeah.
that's really interesting stuff right there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't know what you know, if it was just like a random whatever.
yeah, you can feel it.
I mean, to sit there and nail them, I'm thinking, well, you got to have some kind of.
Well, even the lowliest card magician, who may be the biggest skeptic in the world, and doing sleight of hand, they say pick a card, any card.
Yeah.
And the person, you know, we don't really put any mysticism to that, but the person has to feel where to stop or where to pick a
Yeah,
card,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so we use this all the time, you know. We use this. Everybody has this ability.
Oh, we got one more call. I want to do one more, and then we're.
You good with one more
Yeah, we'll
call?
do one more call, sure.
Ignore.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for calling Slaps360. You have a question for us?
Yeah, my sister gave somebody to call me and told me to live my tarot card said.
Yo, what's your name?
My name is Tony.
Hi there. My name is Rich, and I'm going to just pull out a card, and we'll see if it has something to do with your life. Let me just pull out any card here. And let's see here. That didn't feel that was right. Let me see here. Okay, actually the first card I pulled tonight, that's a major card. There's 22 major cards. They're things that deal with very big things in our life. They're the cards that represent death, resurrection, changes. I mean, big things. These aren't minor little things that we deal with. So the Emperor is a card that has a very stern-looking figure sitting on a throne. And a lot of modern readers read this card in a very negative way. And sometimes he is negative. But he represents somebody in your life that's close to you, that's giving you a lot of hard times lately. And this is always a male, it's always someone who's older than you, and it's somebody that you love but you'd like to strangle. And the Emperor card, when it's in our life, it's one of those moments that are coming up where, please don't strangle him. The cards aren't telling you to do that, but they are telling you that you'll just have to, deal with his abrasiveness in the time being. There's a lot of pressure this person's going under, and you're the person that he's putting this all on. So hang in there.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does, kind of.
Okay.
Well, good luck to you.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you so much for calling. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. You want to go ahead and know more on that, or
We
what?
can just wind it up with this, what their replies are?
What's that?
Oh, you got replies?
Yes. Jessica said yay. Butterfly Spirit 3 said thanks Rich, you're a genius. Who said enjoyed it, thank you, but I must go. Good night.
Good night. Good night. So let's wind up with a little bit of trying to do some suggestion.
Yeah. Let me just.
While you guys are doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do.
Okay.
Because I'm different, like I said, than a hypnotist. I'm not a hypnotist. I don't claim to be. But I know a lot about how the mind works. I know how the mind can work with suggestion. We are going to do a little bit of relaxation here. That's really all hypnosis is putting you into an altered state of consciousness. We do this all the time, whether we're hypnotized or not. When you drive a car, you go into an altered state. It just changes your perception of things. When you ride a carnival ride, you change your perception. So our perceptions change instantly, really quickly. I got a two-year-old granddaughter, and or 3-year-old, I'm sorry, when she cries, when she's upset, if you clap your hands, it'll stop her from crying.
Yeah.
It goes into an altered state from what you are. So we do this all the time. So what I'm trying to do is get you into an altered state from what you're in now, and trying to relax you enough to see if we can.
Now, Todd, did you want to come over and take part or no?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Because I know
Okay,
Donnie.
yeah, that's-
just to reiterate, Donnie will not do it.
I have done it. Been there, done
We
that.
can do this,
that's not
we can do this
violent.
sitting down, mostly like in a stage situation.
I'm gonna take my phone out so it doesn't vibrate on me or
Okay.
anything.
And
I don't want
in a
to
stage
interrupt you.
situation, I would have 8 or 9 people. This may or may not work. We'll just find out. That's part of the fun of what I do, like I said. But what I want you guys to first off is I want you to look at the marker, and I want you to just look at the tip. Now, what I want you to do is your subconscious mind, the mind that we're trying to access, is a very playful mind. And as I talk, don't take your eyes off this. I want you to start to use that playful side of your mind. I want you to know that we're entering something that, when your subconscious mind is cooperative, it's playful, it's fun. There's nothing scary about what we're doing. And I want you to start breathing in. I'm going to tell you to breathe. Let all the air out of your lungs completely, where your lungs are empty. And I want you to breathe in through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it in your lungs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Expel through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that rhythm. Count in your head and stare at that. I want you to start feeling that all you can see and perceive is the tip of this marker. This is the only thing that exists. All the colors and all the shapes and all the things that are around you are beginning to disappear. All you're seeing is the tip of this pen. I want you to feel relaxed. I want you to follow it as I move it. Don't take your eyes off it. Just relax. Keep breathing in a nice rhythm. Just follow it. And now what I want you to do is you follow it back and forth. Keep breathing. And I want you to visualize a very calming yellow light around the tip of this marker now. That also blocks out everything around you. All you see is this tip. Just follow it. That's the only thing that exists. Relax. Trance. Relax. Trance. Relax. Trance. Close your eyes slowly now and still see that pen top in front of your mind. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I want you to see that pen. I want you to see the tip of that marker in your mind's eye. Don't open your eyes until I tell you to. Going back and forth. Breathe in as deep as you can now. Breathe out. Let it out. Relax. There's nothing that exists now. Now in your mind's eye, that pen tip has disappeared. All you see is this yellow light. It's vibrant, it's warm, it's relaxing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Hear the words that I say. Let the playful side of your mind play along. Know that you're safe. You're not going to do anything that you wouldn't do if you were fully awake. Right now you're relaxed. Your state is that of peace. Relax, relax, relax. Now when I touch you on the shoulder, I want you to put your arm out, the shoulder that I touch, that arm, and put it out straight ahead. And put it out so that your palm is facing the ground. And do it very slowly. Move your arm. Don't open your eyes. Relax, relax, relax. Now I'm going to put something heavy on your arm. And when I do, I want you to feel it heavy and your arm becomes like a rock. Go ahead, here. All right, stay in your state that you're in. You feel that it's like a rock. I want you to feel the coarseness of the rock. It's heavy. Your hand is down. I want you to notice that your hand right now can't move because of the weight. You can't lift it. You try, but you can't. You try, but you can't. You try, but you can't. Your hand is stuck. You try, but you can't. It's okay. Don't feel stressed. It's okay. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. The heavy rock is not going to hurt your hand. You're perfectly safe. Okay, relax. 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 Now the rock is changing. It's not so heavy anymore. It's like a feather. I want you to feel it as a feather. Lift your hand up now. As light as a feather. And stop, stop, stop. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I want it's not only has it changed, it's not only as light as a feather, but it's getting hot. I want you to feel the heat. It's getting warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer. Get it off your hand. Get it off your hand. Quick, quick. I don't want you to burn yourself. Okay, okay. You're okay. You're okay. Relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Your hand is okay. You're okay. You're safe. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to stand. You're safe. I want you to stand if you can. Stand. You're as light as a feather. Your body, you're fine. You're fine and safe. You're fine and safe. Okay. I want you to imagine. I want you to visualize in your subconscious right now. You're no longer in your studio. You are now on a planet, another world. I want you to see it. I want you to see the colors. I want you to see that it's different. You see it around you, and I want you to, now, I want you to notice that the gravity is harder than it is on Earth, and I want you to take 2 steps forward, but it's heavier, it's pulling you down, it's pulling you down, it's pulling you down. Try to walk, try to walk, try to walk. Okay, good, okay, right there, stop, stop, stop. Because now, I want you to visualize that you have special boots. These boots that you have are light, and they'll make you walk easier. Take a step forward now, feel lighter. Feel lighter. Walk again. Walk again. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good, very good. Okay, what I want you to do is walk backwards now. You're still light as a feather. You're safe. Just walk backwards. Be careful. Know that there's nothing that's going to trip you up. You're fine. All right. And now I want you to start to relax more and more and more. Still stand. Don't fall. I'm going to wake you up now. Now it's going to be your back. I want you to visualize that you're no longer on this planet. You're back on Earth. You're back in your studio. I want you to visualize that you're in the studio and that you're doing something right now that you do in your studio. I want you to visualize it in your body to act properly. I want you to do something. Stand where you are and you're going to do something. Go ahead. Very nice. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, stand still. Stand still. Okay, and I'm going to have you relax now. Relax more. Breathe in, breathe out. You're safe. You're back in your studio. I want you to come out of this, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to simply count to 3. But don't open your eyes right away. It'll be too shocking. But you're going to come back into the world where we are at right now, and you're going to be safe, and you're going to be in front of your cameras. 1, 2, 3. You come out of that, open your eyes, you're safe, you're back in the studio, and you're okay.
My lips feel weird.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, you get dry when you...
Yeah, wow.
So, have a seat. And I didn't do anything with you because you didn't feel anything. And that happens. And, you know, like I say, when we do full suggestion shows and we have 8 or 9 people on stage, sometimes, you know, somebody can't. It doesn't, there's not much to read into that either. Some people say, well, if you're really susceptible, you must be a pushover or something.
No, but, like,
yeah.
Okay, like, I feel like I missed something, though.
How do you feel?
We'll fill you in.
I feel weird, like, weird.
You know, a lot of people say that there's a disorientation feeling when they come out of it. They know something happened. You'll remember a lot of what happened. I mean, a lot of people get off stage and they'll say, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe I did that, you know. So some people are very conscious. It's a very personal experience for the person. And some people just block it out completely because they're just like, I don't want to deal with it.
That cop gave you a citation. You'll be able to read it.
I remember my hand burning.
And that's
what felt weird when I came out. Like I had this. That was weird. That was really weird. Yeah, that was. I don't know if I'd do that again.
See what I mean?
Oh wow.
Well.
That was really that.
So
Don, you're gonna have to carry the show right now. I don't know what to say.
Well, you went somewhere pretty far away and came back, so.
Really far away for you.
No, I didn't.
No.
And you'll feel it when it doesn't. You know, I've had people on stage that some people feel really kind of sad that nothing happened. Sometimes you'll see, like I'll see somebody and they'll look at me like the way you did, like nothing, you know, I just don't feel it. And they look kind of sad. They're like they wanted something to happen, and it just.
Well, I started to go with it, and then when you were talking about the light,
yeah,
it's like I couldn't focus quick enough to get the light to appear.
And that's the other thing too. The way people go under can be different experiences for everybody else. And so one word that I say can stop the induction. That's what the first part is, an induction. And so one wrong word to that person. You know, that one person, like I sometimes say, visualize a yellow light, because that's a very peaceful thing to some people. Yeah. But if somebody was in an emergency situation just recently and there's lots of yellow lights, that's not going to put them in a very nice
I remember situation. The yellow light. I remember that's when it was like a sun.
Yeah.
And then I felt calm.
And then you went right into it.
And then, yeah.
And this is what...
I'm actually starting to remember some of it now.
Well, like, you know, we did a little thing where we put this on your hands, and I said it was a rock, and then this is what it was.
Yeah. That's what I felt. I remember. Wow, that was really fun. Well, I mean, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I don't even know what to do right now. I'm like, feel weird. Everybody, you can you tell them the websites, Donnie. You got them sitting right there. I'm sorry.
Yes. To get rich.
To get rich.
Yeah, that too.
Tell us the secret.
www.tarotenthusiast.com.
Yep.
We have it on here. Again, you can get them on Facebook go to the Slaps page. I believe yesterday, the day before, I've got a link to his.
Yeah, I
page
saw
on
that.
there.
You do. Yep.
So give him a like. He does personal readings. He'll come to parties. He got a barbecue coming up this summer. Give him a call. You have a phone number?
Yes, 315-212-7169. That's my office number. And the other thing that's a lot of fun, by the way, just as a side note that I really enjoy doing, is home tarot parties, where you just get a bunch of your friends together and everybody gets a private reading. It's really reasonable, it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot more fun than hosting a Tupperware party or a candle party,
No offense, Todd.
No.
What's wrong with Tupperware? Everybody's been on tonight for the last 30 minutes or so. Some of the people that called in, we got replies back on the computer that he was spot on. So give him a try. I mean, it's really worth it. And some of the stuff he did here was just amazing.
Actually, I know we've missed like 4 calls.
Wow.
Since you were going. So if anybody has any additional questions, feel free to hit us up now. We're going to go going off here shortly. But,
Yeah. What are we at now for time?
What do you mean on there?
No, just time on
20 after 9.
Oh, okay. So
We've been going for quite a while.
So yeah, we like to fill showtime. Trust me. Well, I guess we'll cut it now, and unless you want to.
No, I'm fine.
All right.
Just give me a call if you want to do a personal reading or talk to me about parties and stuff. I do fundraisers, which are great, very reasonable. Fundraisers. I do a split. With the fundraising group, so just a little bit down, and you got me to raise you some money.
We definitely want to have you back.
That's a definite.
We'll plan another time, in the distant future or near future, and we'll set something up. We really want to do some funny things and really get you out there and really do some fun stuff in the air. That'll be great.
I'm all for it, guys.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That'd be beautiful.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you
my
very
friend.
much.
Sure.
Thank you. Hey there.
That's right. So thanks for watching Slaps360, episode number 152, whatever. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.